Cyclones, like the one wreaking havoc this week in Myanmar, are more intense and blow longer, in part because of climate change, say scientists, as a new warning comes from the World Meteorological Organization.
It's practically sure that we will see the warmest year on record during the coming 5 years.
Heat spikes like this spring in Australia are a sign the world's temperature will very likely rise above 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2027, breaching a key warming limit.
It's a conclusion that we haven't been able to limit the warming so far, and we are still moving in the wrong direction.
They're the gold standard for understanding how the Earth is changing. So when they say something, I put a lot of weight on it, and I believe it. They're telling us that we are about to shatter norms once again.
Since the Paris Climate Agreement in 2015, Keep 1.5 Alive has been a global rallying cry. 1.5 degrees is seen as a critical guardrail on warming, now set to fall.
We're starting to dangerously flirt with a critical threshold of 1.5 degrees, and that still we are not doing what is needed to reduce emissions, to phase out fossil fuels.
Signs of stress are everywhere. Flooding battered northern Italy this week, made more severe because the bone-dry earth can't easily absorb sudden torrential rains.
For years, the theory was that if folks had more information, then climate action would become more desirable and we'd start to see more movement at the government level. I think that in 2023, where we're at, is understanding that the crisis we're in is a result of power dynamics.
And at the moment, global heat seems to be flexing its power.
So, Susan, on these predictions, what's driving them?
Well, lots of things. Many countries are tackling CO2 emissions, but scientists say that the modeling may not be robust enough to keep pace with the warming. And then they're looking at a new influence, and that's El Nino, a weather pattern headed this way this year. It'll make some parts hotter, some parts more wet, but overall it's kind of like a blanket warming effect. And then the predictions don't say we're going to exceed those targets every year in the next 5, probably one. But, you know, one expert said these days, every year seems like it was record-setting 5 to 10 years ago.
No kidding. Susan, thank you.